My dad passed away last year after a long illness. It was devastating, but honestly, the last few years of his life were harder than the funeral itself. I, 28F, was the one who moved back home to take care of him. I handled doctor's appointments, late-night emergencies, bills, and basically ran the house when he couldn't anymore. It was exhausting, but I don't regret it. He and I got very close during that time. My sister, 32F, on the other hand, lives out of state. She came back twice in the last year of his life, once for Christmas and once for his birthday. I don't think she's a bad person, but she definitely distanced herself from the responsibility. Her excuse was that she had her own life and couldn't just drop everything. I understood at the time, but it still hurt. When Dad passed, his will specifically left me a decent chunk of money. Not millions, but enough that I could pay off my student loans and actually start saving for a house. It was clear in the will that this money was for me because of the sacrifices I made while caring for him. My sister received other things. He left her some jewelry and a classic car he had restored that she always loved. But the majority of liquid assets went to me. Fast forward to now. My sister got engaged in May. Her fiancé is nice enough, but they both have champagne tastes on a beer budget. The wedding they're planning is way out of their price range. Destination resort, designer dress, open bar, huge guest list. I assumed they were going into debt for it, which I thought was their choice. But then, about a month ago, my sister sat me down and said, "I need your help. Dad would have wanted you to use some of that inheritance to make my wedding special." She wasn't asking for a small loan. She wanted me to hand over $30,000 to cover the venue and catering. I told her no. I said that Dad left me that money for a reason, and I'm using it to build stability in my life, not blow it on a party. She immediately got defensive and accused me of being selfish and choosing money over family. Now my mom has gotten involved. She says Dad would have wanted me to share, and that family comes first. I told her Dad literally wrote a will that reflected his wishes, and if he wanted to fund my sister's wedding, he would have set aside money for that. Mom keeps saying I'm tearing the family apart. My sister has been telling relatives that I'm punishing her for not being around when Dad was sick, which makes me feel sick to my stomach because it's kind of true. I am resentful. But it also feels unfair that the person who did all the work gets nothing, and the one who barely showed up gets rewarded.